middle of the pack.
This is going into turn 3 here. There you see
Tolzma and Tammy Jo Kirk getting together. Tony Roper tries to go the high side and gets collected by Tolzma's truck as it goes to the outside of the racetrack.
Just nowhere for him to go, and he run out of racetrack.
We're under caution. Watch Randy Renfro.
Randy Renfro in the 78 there just loses control right by himself, backs into the wall hard with the left rear corner. You can see the truck come about 4 foot off the ground as he hit there.
Yeah, nobody got near him or into him. I was really concerned. You know, we talked about
On board here with Bob Keselowski. Certainly nobody was behind Jack Sprague. Might be worthy of another view.
Jack tried to go down under that truck. Watch when he hits the styrofoam here.
Sends the styrofoam flying, but still a lot of damage to the back of that.
The right side look like.
Looks like he and Ron Barfield may have made a little bit of contact. You see him hard into the outside there. Without that styrofoam, I would say the back of that truck would be even with the back glass.
Andy Houston. Oh, Tolzma went wide, but it was Sawinski in the 31. Another truck spins to the inside.
You can just imagine these guys that run into the smoke like that, they can't see.
Front.
See him on the outside of Rick Crawford there. The back end just starts around. He gets into the outside barrier there. Keeps her locked down. Hardly any damage whatsoever.
Take another look right now. He went wide of Crawford, who never touched him, and just lost traction.
He just glides along the outside barrier there. Does not make any hard contact at all.
Lead. Watch this.
They had raced like this for 6 laps. You can see they made contact getting in the corner. Compton into the outside wall there in the 86 truck. Ah, that's too bad. Great racing going on.
Let's take a look again. Watch this off into turn 1. Bang, he just missed the area where that styrofoam stopped, too. Bounced right off the Armco. Watch it again now.
You know, there's a gap between these two trucks.
They didn't touch, buddy.
Well,
let's see here.
Yeah,
they do right there.
Right there.
They
just
do right
enough.
there.
Just enough.
Yeah, they did right there.
But that's hard racing, I guarantee you. Wow.
Let's see what happened inside of Andy Houston.
Oh, he's under Andy Houston there. He just pulls the truck down, and he's trying to stay out of the quarter panel of Andy Houston, loses the back end. You see Hornaday in the 16 skirting by there, Jimmy Hensley in the 43. Almost contact there as he comes back up. Everybody doing a great job.
Just bounded up a little.
Okay, Buford is right here, and you can see Tony Raines gets into the left rear quarter there, spins him around. Now Buford makes a 360 right here and gets into the wall with the right front corner as he gets right there. Real hard contact.
Take another look at it again. Watch there, right side of the screen. There's the nose of Raines' truck.
Ow.
Round she goes. So that caution at lap number 36. And one more view coming at you in the living room.
That's not going to change much. Raines just got into the left rear quarter there. I thought maybe that Buford had come down some, but it looked like he was running a true line through there and got hit.
Now from Boris Said's view, through our windows of the world.
See Mike coming off turn 4 there, locks the brakes up and goes around. A lot of times when you're back in the throttle there, you're just a little touch there will really send you going. I can't tell whether anybody really got into him there or whether he was back in the throttle and just lost the back, but whatever happened there, Mike Wallace was running up, and Barry Bodine there coming off the corner. Watch how sideways he gets. Right now, Boris Said's going to the inside, and across comes Bodine. They make contact. That sends him into the outside.
Weekend. We'll tell you what he told us in just a bit. Yeah, BA climbed the wall.
He was on top of the wall there. Renfro in the 78. You see right there, he has the brakes locked down. You can see a little fire out of the exhaust on the 85. That was just unused fuel, though. It was nothing burning. Right away, we're looking at Cook and Tammy Jo Kirk as they come off the corner there.
The Just ahead of him there, the 75 helped Barfield around.
Yeah, he got him in the left rear, and right there on that part of the racetrack, when you get touched, you're very light coming out of the corner anyhow. Let's look at this coming off the corner. They get together right there. You see him touch him there and turn him right around down the back straightaway. But, you know, everybody did a great job of not really getting crazy there and locking the brakes up and blocking the back straightaway. Everybody got by.
And there's one more view of it midway down the back straightaway. And again, if you're just joining us, Lonnie Rush, that's his normal truck, but it's usually number 10. It's number 75 here today, subbing for the man who is out in Monroe, Washington, running the NASCAR Winston West Series race, Kevin Harvick. He is the series point leader out there.
Kevin Sawinski right there jumped all the way up on top.
To Jay Sauter with Sawinski in the 31.
31 there makes contact on Jay Sauter in the 3 truck. You see as he starts around right there, he has the brakes locked up. He slides pretty straight coming off that corner. Very, very lucky.
Look what happened. Watch there, Houston and Cook.
Terry Cook loses it going down into the corner there, low on the racetrack, comes up. Watch him slide back in to the 60 truck there as they go up towards the outside wall.
I don't think Houston even touched him.
No, he never touched him. He got into the wall pretty hard, though, Houston did.
So, watch what happens with Mike Wallace to the outside.
Sawinski back in the throttle. The back of the truck starts around. There was no contact there. He did all this right by himself as he comes off, keeping the truck sliding very, very straight. That could have been into the inside wall had he not held the brakes on as he come off the corner there.
Clearly no contact from anybody else.
Look at Greg Biffle there in the 50, barely getting by on the outside. Bob Keselowski comes along, Jack Sprague.
Now this race will restart. Saw him coming at you.
Okay, you can see, he gets a little tap in the back there coming in.
That's what happened.
Had nothing to do.
That was
looking out Tony Raines' truck here.
Here they go into turn 1. This is the big accident here. See, Sauter got in the dirt a little bit, then it all starts stacking up.
Looked like bumper cars in Kittyland.
Oh, you can see Hornaday, he hit the grass and jumped back out across the track.
That's it. He got into that rumble strip and onto the grass. It threw him across the racing surface. Here's where Tom Hubert got tied up in it all. Watch this view from behind Archer. Hornaday into the grass.
Oh!
And Hornaday cuts it right across.
Don't look any better.
Let's see if we can get an idea of how this all started. I don't think that piece of paper did it.
No, we see just some contact between Corelli and someone as they were racing side by side. And there he goes. This happens right there. Watch as this truck just straight in the wall. Something happened to the right truck. Don't know why the air left. Won't turn, boom.
Bill Kimmel of the season thus far. Here's what happened to Lance Norrick.
Goes in the corner. I can't tell if there's any contact between he and Hubert or not, but all of a sudden the Dodge goes around, backs in the fence, and that will have to bring the caution out to slow these cars down so he can continue on. That's not a good spot to be sitting.
That's an easy place to that position as we take another look at how Butch got turned around the wrong way.
Yeah, we see some contact between he and the Lonnie Rush truck, it looked like. And he stops, and that was all we saw was just going around, so no contact with the outside retaining wall. Check and see, is there contact? No, there isn't.
I don't think so.
No, there isn't. I spoke incorrectly there, Dave. There was no contact. Yeah. There was no contact.
Yeah. Lonnie was down inside of him, Butcher Chief.
Let's see if we can see what happens coming off the corner. And there we see Tolsma going around. The 44's going around. And there we see the damage of Tolsma going in the... And evidently, Crawford ran in the back of someone, I guess. There we see the 14 Crawford. Yeah, the damage has already been done. I don't know. It might have been the 37 truck that he ran in the back of, because that's the one I see going backwards, like someone ran in the back of him. Here's Barcetta. There we see Tolsma going by.
Anderson got stopped, didn't he? He didn't actually hit him.
Here see Tony Roper. Now we can see what happened, because the contact is going to be between these two right there.
tail end of what happened here.
There we see Hubert, the 66, sitting there, and all these trucks are going by. We see the 29 right in the back of someone, and here's Joe Ruttman going to come in here someplace. Truck still splitting them, and there we see, oh, I'm sorry, the contact has already been happening.
Must already happened.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it already happened. Put some more work. Let's see if we can tell exactly what happened. Right behind, let's see, right there we see Wayne Anderson go around and leaves the 16 nowhere to go. Biffle goes up and makes contact with the 16 truck with the left front of his Granger Ford. Now here comes Jay Sauter down trying to dodge.
Thought he had it missed, and he gets into the right rear of Hornaday. So Hornaday caught it on 3 corners. The worst damage appears to be on the left front.
This is onboard camera with Mike Bliss. And we see Anderson just gets down low and around he goes. Randy Renfro did a great job to save his truck. Boris said, takes a look at this action on the backstretch, and I guess we call it a mess rather than action. Let's see Brian Ruppner go around.
Ruppner's fine, trying to miss it all. Wow. Another look at it. Bottom of your screen.
There we see Tolzman. Watch and see if our camera goes. Watch this opening in the racetrack. Watch this. Back in it. How about that?
Watch Sprague. I don't think he loses a spot. Round he goes. Harvick's a lap down. Hensley couldn't get by him.
Here's see Stacy Compton. He's getting on the inside, trying to get on the inside of Biffle. He's there, makes contact. Around goes Biffle. Biffle does the 360, keeps going. And we see Jack Sprague. He's trying to go on the outside of the 55. Just around he goes. And there's Scott Walters. And Walters goes under him and does not make contact.
Did a nice job of missing him there. Unbelievable. Take my money. Here's another look at what happened to Bodine.
And they'll see some contact between Rudman in the 99 and Barry Bodine. Greg Biffle.
Right now, let's see how it happened here.
There we see Tolzma, the taupe car or brown car on the bottom of the racetrack. He gets loose, goes up the racetrack, and spins. When he goes up the racetrack, bam, he backs in. He literally backed in the side of Tolzma, and Rutman somehow got through. Did he hit the outside retaining wall? I don't think so.
Man, that was a break for Rutman. Here it is again. There's the little first contact as Tolzma gets loose, and just a nudge.
Just a nudge, and look at Rutman slam on the brakes, enough to bottom of the front out, and gets through the opening.
Ooh, was that Harvick that just about collected Renfro? One more look at it.
Oh,
man. The wheels aren't rounded.
I don't know. Oh, and see Boris said starting his spin.
Take a look from Boris's point of view, looking out the back of the 44.
That's the black truck there. He's going to get on the inside of Ron Barfield right there, the yellow truck. They make contact. That contact cuts down the right front tire. Look at it. The 3 truck goes in the corner. The right front tire is flat. It will not turn, and guess what comes up then?
Yeah, you bet.
The wall.
And so for Sauter, 6th ranked in the points, a very big disappointment. Here's another look from the guys behind. Run through the replay sequence. Here is the mess that was created as Harvick got into Barfield, and both of them went spinning.
Looks like pretty good damage to the ortho truck of Ron Barfield. That's the yellow truck, number 35. Kevin Harvick doesn't look like he's got too much. You ever see Boris said, the Federated truck, he just touches the 75. Now watch when he tries to gain control of the 75, he has to go up the hill to do so. When he does, he runs into Barfield, and he runs into the wall, and we can see the left front tires lean in about 2 feet, so that's...
You really see it right there. Boom. There's the touch. And that's what turned Harvick. Barfield, innocent victim. For Andy Houston, here's the beginning of it.
He and Joe Ruttman get together. They go up. Houston spins in the 60 truck. Now just watch as all these trucks continue by Houston as he's spinning. Now they're going to come all around him on the inside, on the outside. Now watch as they come on.
The next bunch of trucks are the key.
Right there we see Ron Hornaday and Mike Wallace and Terry Cook all get together.
Wallace, in coming by Houston, had to move up to clear Houston. He hit Cook, and that got Hornaday.
Here's Seaman and Houston's on board down the backstretch. Rudman is there.
Now it takes a minute, but here they come.
Look at this deal. Coming down the back straight now into turn 3. Yeah, that thing just broke loose on him. I don't know. I don't think that was a tire. He just got in there. He was up trying to get the truck down to a lower groove, and it just broke right away. It broke free on him.
So he comes in a little bit on the outside, may have missed the turn-in point just a little bit, got up in the slick stuff, and around she went. And when it backed in hard. And there's your fuel as a result. Houston quickly got
Left rear. Take a look, see if we can see what happens here. Well, it already happened. You can't really tell from that look, but I can.
trouble. We might be able to get an indication right here.
We're riding with Boris said. He's going to the inside. I think he's going to give him a little help here. He does indeed turn him loose. 9 heads up the hill. Bang. Boris kind of.
Here's what happens. Contact sent reins into the wall. It's already started at that point.
Well, he definitely got a tap there from Bliss, and it's, of course, turned him around. There's no stopping it when it does that. He's going to get up there. We heard him say he was a little loose anyway, so when you're in tight proximity and the car gets loose, the truck gets loose, you got to get out of the throttle. I don't know if Mike knew that. Here we'll see what it's like. Listen to this.
As you can see, he was racing with Hensley for position inside.
Careful, Hornaday's on your rear bumper. What happens when the truck gets up real close behind you, the air leaves your rear spoiler. It goes to that truck behind you, and that's what happens. You get loose. It's real tricky.
So Greg Bibb. If we can get another look at what happened.
There we see Refter trying to get on the inside of Lonnie Rush, and when he has to back off because he don't want to get in the side of Rush, guess what? Brett Bodine behind him makes a little contact in the rear, and around goes Brian Refter.
Do you like best here?
Bobby Hamilton, here's where the damage to the rear tailgate on Borisset's truck. Hornaday dives to the inside and gets by. Now, we see Bobby Hamilton trying to get by. Jay Sauter runs in the back of the 44. They come off the corner, and once again, Borisset runs Bobby Hamilton up in almost in the wall. When he go down the corner, Bobby says, Boris, come on, man. But in doing so, spun himself out.
That's one spin. Now watch this. Yeah! I got to get this thing going the other direction. That's pretty close. There goes Boris bumper flying. Remember, this had been going on for a while. Hamilton had been trying to get around. Impatience won the day right here. Hornaday's glad this is happening behind him. There goes the bumper. Here comes Boris. Here comes Bobby. Look out.
Oh, and around goes Hamilton.
All started. Lower left, that's, I think, Barfield, isn't it? Getting into the side of the 90 there and turning him around. Lance Norrick ends up facing the wrong way.
There's two people fighting for the same place on the racetrack.
Terry Cook had this onboard view of it. Yeah. And going to 3, and it gets really interesting.
Watch Hornaday's left front. Watch him hit the curb. Just enough to drive him up in the side, and here comes Bliss. Around he goes, and man.
You know, either Bliss jumped out of the gas or Bliss got hit in the rear. He got hit in the rear by someone.
This is Bliss.
This is a restart, down in 1 and 2. Now they accelerate off 2.
Sauter behind him.
There's Brad Teague, the 04 truck. And the truck just went around.
Yeah, he was off the throttle. Huh. Wow. Just got behind on his steering, I guess.
Once again, watch that left front go up.
Right there.
Truck goes up and
See
just
the front
forces.
wheel lock. And Bliss just turned around. Still probably need a pit stop, don't they? There's the replay. Missed the turn.
Yeah, it looks like he might have had a brake problem or something like that. He went in the corner awfully hot. And just went straight.
Yeah, it didn't look like she was whoaing much when he in front of him. Here's the moment of impact.
There's another view of Terry Fisher getting off the racetrack, spun across spun across the back across the racetrack. Mike Wall.
Yep, Morristead's going around. He's gotten together with 31 Sawinski. They both go around. Morris Gass to try to do a 360, and the 5 truck comes in, nails him hard on the right side, bounces him into the outside wall. Then here comes Bill Sedgwick, and Ron Barfield repaired his truck. He gets out, gets a little piece of it. That 5 truck is very damaged. And we're looking at Mike Bliss coming in the first turn there. Just simply goes around on him. You know, he's broke it loose big time coming off turn 2 when he lost the lead. And, sometimes these radial tires just, they don't like that. You take a big slide on them and they quit gripping for a while. It just went around.
Looking for Garrett. There he is.
Right by himself, just loses the back of the truck as he goes around. You see, let off the brake there and lets it roll. That kept him from sweeping back up.
In the 10 truck up ahead, right side of the screen.
Man, he hit hard. That truck went up in the air, broke.
Contact on the wall. Let's take a look.
Oh, look how thick it is down there. As Boris said, right behind. There's the car spinning. We didn't see what caused it. I saw something, though, while we were riding on board with Mike Stefanik, and that was the camera shaking all around.